Bungoma for coming out to say no to this culture of goonism. Because all of us have a constitutional right, Honorable Speaker, to be able to meet with people, to be able to talk to people, to be able to sell our ideas. When you see things like what happened in Keumbu, it is people who are no longer able to compete on ideas. They have chosen violence in order.
Senator Fernandi.
Senators have decided to strip naked CS for Interior, that is Kipchumba, Murkomen, and PS Omoro. They have said these are the problems and dangerous creatures for insecurity in the country. According to Sifuna, Joralgei, Osotsi, Halwale, and other Kenyans senators from all political divides have come together requesting the president to fire PS Raymond Omoro, that is Internal Security PS, and the CS Interior Secretary for the Internal Security, that is Kipchumba Murkomen, saying and alleging that Kipchumba Murkomen is giving priority in campaigning for Ruto than the security of the country. On the same note, they are alleging that Kipchumba Murkomen is the one facilitating, paying goons to attack leaders of the opposition. Ososi, who is a culprit of the goonism he was attacked in Kisumu, is saying the other day it can be him, but also tables turn. No one knows who is next. And also they're asking, now they're sponsoring the goons. What if they're thrown out of government? How will those goons survive? So they are urging the president to make sure that they do away with Kipchumba Murkomen and PS Raymond Omoro and those leaders like Simbarati, Zahil Jihanda, KJ, John Kiariel, MP, and all those leaders, members of parliament, senators, governors, sponsoring and using goons to advance their politics. Let's listen on how they humiliated, they stripped naked the internal security docket leaders.
I withdraw, but I will provide the evidence when they come. The point I wanted to raise is that the people who can help us deal with this problem of goons are the people who are in charge of the Interior and Security Ministry. But if you have a scenario where they are unable to deal with the problem and they are complaining just like the rest of us, then whom do we go to? And that is why I don't think I'm out of order to say that there is a problem in the security docket in this country. And we know who is in charge of the security docket. We want him to do his job competently. And if he's not able, President William Ruto, you can save this country a lot of agony by having that CS and the PS dismissed from that ministry, because we have many other capable Kenyans who can do the job. As a senator elected by the people, it is so sad that I can be harmed and nothing happens to the people who have done that. What about the ordinary person, Mr. Speaker? This is very sad. Today it may be Osotsi. Tomorrow the same people may experience the same problem I went through. So, Mr. Speaker, even as we sit here and talk about the issue of use of goons to intimidate and to do all manner of things to
a serious issue, that you cannot be explicit on the persona of an individual and say they are working with goons, the way Senator Osotsi is saying, without bringing a substantive motion here, Mr. Speaker. So is it in order for Senator Osotsi to discuss individuals without bringing them into this house? I would love, Mr. Speaker, to have those individuals being brought here so that we can discuss them substantially with a motion, so that we can be able to establish these goons that they work with. Because otherwise, it will just be a comment without a proper investigation on where these goons are and who is using them. So it's in order, Mr. Speaker, to mention names and establish that fact without giving us those facts and putting a motion on those individuals here. I wanted to encourage the party should put a motion so that we can discuss those individuals here with a substantive motion, Mr. Speaker.
Now, Senator Osotsi, the point of order raised by Senator Fomigori is indeed valid. You have made an assertion that the PS in charge of internal security, one, Raymond Omolo, walks around with goons. Now, Senator for Nairobi City County, you don't just yell back to the chair. If you have any issue, you know what to do. And I'll give you the floor. Senator, Sergeant at Arms, I'm addressing the Honorable Senator. Can you give me Senator Osotsi? Now, that statement calls for two things. One, you cannot discuss a state officer.
I do not hold brief for the Cabinet Secretary for Interior, Murkomen. But in Osotsi's submissions, Honorable Speaker, you allowed the incompetence of the CS to be debated. But when we got to the PS for Interior, immediately Osotsi made reference to, because Osotsi is a victim, he knows the people who attacked him. And it is possible that he has seen those same people in the company of this PS. So this application of this rule on substantive motion, Honorable Speaker, we need some clarity. When is a matter under substantive inquiry, and where is it fair comment, and where is the line that we draw between just debate and something that requires a substantive motion where you're discussing somebody's conduct?
Honorable Sifuna, if you're discussing matters that border on criminal...
This issue of goonism, Mr. Speaker, we have witnessed, and I want to speak on what happened in my neighboring county of Kisii, where, Mr. Speaker, visitors led by the Linda Mwananchi group were attacked by people who would clearly be identified on video. We saw these videos circulate in the social media, Mr. Speaker, but to date, no arrests have been made. Mr. Speaker, when I went to bury that young man who was killed in Keumbu, my vehicle was also pelted with stones by goons while I was leaving that function. Having gone there in the company of Dr. Fred Matiang'i, having paid full fees for the students, for the children of the deceased who are students at university, having condoled the widow, having given our condolences in cash, Mr. Speaker, having addressed the meeting peacefully. Somebody was stationed, Mr. Speaker, as we were leaving the venue of the funeral. Mr. Speaker, my vehicle...
Majority Leader, what is your point of order?
My apologies to Senator Okongo Mgeni, because I've interrupted his flow of thought. But Mr. Speaker, you know, he's discussing a very important matter. And as leaders, one of the ways in which we must show commitment to the country, that we care for the things that we speak for, is to be accurate and up to date with information surrounding such matters. Mr. Speaker, I don't know, there is a voice of an old lawyer man making noise in the house.
Senate Majority Leader, there is no old lawyer man in the Senate. We have honorable senators seated in this chamber. Can you conclude your...
Speaker, is because he was not behaving like a senator. So, anyway, not to lose my trail of thought, Mr. Speaker, I said we need to be up to date with information on matters that we consider serious. And this matter of goonism is a very live matter, as you said, Senator Mogeni, in the country. And why we need to be updated is so that as leaders we may ask ourselves, then what do we need to do? I heard Senator Mogeni say, Mr. Speaker, that in the incident in Kiombu, nothing has been done. Unless the media outlets misled us, Mr. Speaker, I saw more than 8 suspects presented in court in Kisii High Court on the Monday following that incident, Mr. Speaker. I did not follow also, just like him, Mr. Speaker, to know what decision was taken on their matter, whether they were remanded or released on bail, Mr. Speaker. But is it in order to mislead the House, Mr. Speaker, that at least up to this point, nothing has been done?
Yes, Senator Mogeni.
Yes.
Is it your assertion?
No, Mr. Speaker, it's good to be informed, and I will challenge.
You stone a motorcade like the one of the senator who just said his motorcade was stoned when coming out of a funeral. Mr. Speaker, that makes it even worse. It means when you are doing that, the organizer knows very well there is a possibility of killing somebody, damaging property, Mr. Speaker, and therefore, I really want to urge the police and the committee which are going to do this investigation, that we make sure that the perpetrators of the Kisii incident are charged with murder of this particular person, so that in future, members of parliament will stop organizing these gangs, and that it will be a deterrent during this election period, Mr. Speaker, to those who want to continue organizing gangs to pay out stones or to injure opponents in an election, Mr. Speaker. We can see them forming up in many parts of the country. We have seen, even just a mere opponent organizing gangs to shout down in public meeting or to state obscenities and to mobilize Kenyans, in that direction. Mr. Speaker, I think that will really...
Senator Nyamo.
Mr. Speaker, I want to support the statement brought by Senator Onyonka on goonism. And Mr. Speaker, this is one of those subjects that we must all agree, regardless of our political persuasions, because we are all exposed and nobody is safe. And all of us have been accused from both divides. We have been accused of using goons. And I am on record through my social media platforms having said that this culture that we are encouraging, if you think you can control goons today, tomorrow the highest bidder will control those goons and you will be at risk yourself. Mr. Speaker, we are a democracy and we should compete as politicians based on ideas and persuasions and not physical violence against your opponents, Mr. Speaker, in this day and age. And that is one of the reasons why women are scared to come out and take part in active politics, because of the intimidation of violence, Mr. Speaker. Myself, I am self-confessed coward. Where I see violence, I run, I take off, because I cannot match up. You win. If you want to use violence against me, you win. And so, Mr. Speaker, not just in Kisii, in Nairobi we had an incident where a bodyguard of a PS shot a young man. It was very unfortunate that we lost that young man.